No, you're just dreaming that, I'm sure.
Hi, this is my series called Vinny G's First Reel. Uh, this is the intro, and this is going to be the intro you see for all of the episodes. So if you want to skip forward, you can. I'm going to try to keep it short, but uh, this is a show about watching the first reel of a movie, first 20 minutes usually, give or take. And then this might be a show about watching skits, short things, anything, between 15, 20 minutes, I'm good. That's why I'm figuring, well, the 15, 20 minutes of a movie, I'll just do the beginning of the movie. And then I'll leave, if I can, I'll leave a link to the rest of the movie, the whole movie, so that you can see it in its entirety. So, having said that, uh, I want to say that I'm going to try to put this up every Saturday night, uh, 11:30 probably. I'm trying to compete with Saturday Night Live. Ha! But anyway, um, this will be up hopefully every Saturday night, 11:30, because I want it to be a late night thing. I feel like all these things I'm going to talk about are really the best late at night, and that they have a nuance, I guess, when you watch them late at night. But I also don't, if you want to have a beer, hey, I got one here. I got a beer here. It's almost done. This is going to be the last of it. This is late. So, anyway, enjoy the series, and cheers. Now, let's have some fun. Well, happy Labor Day, everybody. Ready? Ready. All right. Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend. I didn't want to do one. It's gonna be like 100 degrees this weekend, and I was feeling with doing two in a row. I do have a set way to do them, but I just thought, "Oh, I don't want to do another one right away," but I had to do it. I just told myself, do it. So here it is. This is the third episode, number three. One, two, three. And so I have it's not a beer this time, it's wine. I'm going to switch to wine for a while. My belly was getting bloated and I was feeling lethargic, so I thought wine will kind of thin things out. I love alcohol, what can I tell you? But anyway, going on to the movie that I haven't told you yet. This movie is a good one. And I have a t shirt which might give away inspiration. No, this movie inspired, I think. I really do think it did. Um, this movie is a movie that I saw with my parents. They took me to the drive-in, all of us, my sister, my mom, me, my dad. My dad drove, and we went to the drive-in. I don't even remember the movie we saw that was attached to because it's always a double feature. And the first movie played, we watched it, enjoyed it. I'm sure I wanted to see that first movie. And then this was the second feature, and it came on, and I was getting intrigued by it. And I think within about 20 to 30 minutes, I loved what was happening. My dad hated it, and or he just didn't want to stay up late, maybe. He was like, I'm done. And he starts up the car in the drive-in, and just, you know how you pull out and the spotlights, the car lights go on the screen, and the gravel underneath, and you drive out and you have to find that exit. And I was so disappointed. I was like, I wanted to see that. But he didn't let me, so years later, found it by accident, probably on VHS or something, and I was able to watch it, and I really thought this was a good movie, man. This was a movie that, again, going on the theme, low budget, but it really had elements to it that were different and creepy and, kind of exciting, I guess you could say. There are a lot of beautiful women in the movie. It's, again, another one of those international movies where it's several countries, Italy, Spain, who knows, Germany, Portugal. And they all contribute to the budget so that they can make this movie. As I understand it, was the opening shots were in a real train station. I'm not sure where, but you can look all that stuff up. That's why I don't look this stuff up. I just say, hey, I'll tell you what I thought of it when I saw it. And then you want to look up the details yourself, you can. Horror Express, I believe, really, and John Carpenter, as far as I know, hasn't really discussed this movie. He always talks about Who Goes There and the remake of the Howard Hawks, The Thing. But if this movie really is The Thing, before The Thing, John Carpenter, The Thing happened, in a lot of ways, and it's, also Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, the Dracula and the Van Helsing of the Hammer horror movies, are in this movie, as well as Telly Savalas, Kojak Colombo. So, I figured let's go ahead and watch it. I've talked enough, I think, about introducing it and showing you that it has these elements of The Thing, and you'll see it, I'm sure. And you have to go, of course, the whole movie. The first 20 minutes don't give it justice. That's about, I think, when my dad left, and I was like, So here we go. I'm going to click, and we will watch Horror Express. I still haven't worked out technicals on the sound, so I'm going to go with the whistle to go straight to headphones. In a lot of the earlier versions that I saw, the train part at the first, 3 seconds, they didn't even show it. It was black because they used miniatures. Again, here you can see a lot of international areas. Kazan or Kazan. I don't remember. He plays like a Russian, kind of a cop, but kind of a, corrupt, obviously. there are a lot of great characters in this movie. And again, it has Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, who were known for playing Dracula and Van Helsing in Hammer horror movies. Well, they're not those, but they play, again, sort of opposing guys. They really worked well together in that capacity. And Christopher Lee it's interesting. His character is not necessarily a bad guy, but he's so like, I want to say he wants to hide a lot of stuff early on so that people aren't getting the full story of what's going on. And then when it starts to unravel, he's forced to sort of admit, like, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I don't know. So in that sense, he's not Dracula. And Peter Cushing has almost a comical role as an opponent. So here we get the beginnings of
the following report to
the
the
Thing.
Royal Geological Society by the undersigned Alexander Saxton.
It's amazing.
Is a true and
they
faithful account
both
of events
open
that
with
befell
ice
Society's expedition in
and an
Manchuria.
expedition of a sort.
As the leader of the expedition, I must accept responsibility for its ending in disaster.
I
But
love
I will
that.
leave to the judgment of the honorable members the decision as to where the blame for the catastrophe lies.
So his dialogue is almost like a trial. Like, this happened, or journal maybe. Like, this happened, and I'm going to admit that I was stupid. I'll let the judges judge. And so here's what happens. Right from the beginning, we see he's exploring caves. Asian. And remember, Asia moves into like areas like Russia. And I think the title that I saw on this video, there are many versions, was Trans-Siberian Express. So that tells you a little bit of where the train is going. The train is a horror express. There it is. What is it? A Yeti? Is it the Thing? It's frozen. It's not moving. So now we move into transporting. I'm gonna take another drink. I want to watch this I haven't seen it in so long. Not so long. I watched it a few months ago. A lot of times I just put it on and I fall asleep to it because it's so comfortable. There we go, Russia. Peking? I don't even know now. I'm confused. Here's the train station. Look at that. Harry Potter should be jealous. Now again, before you start getting into racial stereotypes and things like that, this takes place in way back. Like, I don't even remember the time. It was turn of the century probably, or a little after. And there's no denying that there was that kind of dress and that kind of look.
Yes. Yes. Well, look who's here. Professor Saxton, I presume?
Dr. Wells,
And what are you doing in Shanghai?
I'd ask you the same thing.
Oh, I'm just collecting a few specimens. Miss Jones, let me introduce Professor Alexander Saxton. He dabbles in fossils and bones.
See the...
Miss Jones has been assisting me. Bacteriology. Excellent technician.
For a woman, he knew.
She does a good job too. Oh, here. So this is where... Oh, excuse Excuse me. This is where the movie begins to show its sinister characters. He's a lockpick. This is a one of those funny little scenes, you know, just, and look at this set. It's really great sets on this. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's not good when you see feet. I think that's what caught me at the drive-in was the white eyes. That always...
We call it bribery and corruption.
Anytime white eyes happen, I mean, that's just evil or death or, you know, an alien, I don't know.
You. Get up! Huh? Sir Alexander Saxton.
He got pissed and knocked everything off.
Captain O'Hagan, sir. General Wang told me to find you, and to make myself useful. Now I remember.
Now I remember.
Your ticket. Your ticket, right here. Thank you.
So I guess he's got like, he's got some kind of authority for the transport of this creature. And that's what it is, it's a creature. It's frozen, supposedly. Here we go.
A dirty thief.
The Rasputin monk guy.
Krasinski, the locksmith. He could open any.
I love this character. He's... kind of looks like me, I think.
Blind, he could spot the
He's
police
blind.
a mile away.
Great line coming.
I'll be damned.
Is that really what you said?
The work of the devil.
That's where it's funny starting off because, you know, it's not really an alien.
Can I be of any assistance?
It's the devil himself.
This is yours. It is, but I demand an explanation. Whatever you have here is unholy and must be destroyed.
See? It's not of this earth.
Inspector Mirov, what is in there, Excellency?
Fossils.
What is a fossil?
A stone.
A stone.
There wouldn't be something valuable.
It's something hard that don't move, okay?
It's a laboratory specimen.
And it's frozen. That makes it even harder.
Where there is God, there is always a place for the cross. Even on this stone floor, just so.
Wow, well that's a nice piece of chalk. Gypsum, I guess it's called.
There is no place for the cross.
Like a good magician, he did a switcheroo. That's like, what is that, a piece of hard plastic?
The conjurer's trick.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Captain,
Conjurer's trick.
your men put the
Bullshit.
on the train.
It's these guys that make you look at the rosary in one hand and they're switching something else in the other one.
Ready?
Oh, this is
Lift it up.
interesting. Yeah, move the body out, move the crate in. He's obsessed with it. And right now, he's not affected. again, this is a movie like The Thing, where it's about being infected and transferring from one person to another an alien entity. And it takes place on a train. That's what's really brilliant. It's like Murder on the Orient Express, but with, The Thing. Whereas Carpenter and I don't know, I didn't read Who Goes There. But that whole thing is about just isolated in, an Icelandic area.
Follow me.
Nice costumes, Is the lock secure? He's now, that's what's funny, he's now even wondering, is this thing I have moving or doing things? He opens it up, Christopher Lee right there in the back, Christopher Lee watching Peter Cushing. And he pulls a piece of ice off, puts it back. Huh. I guess it's just melted to the point that they expected it to melt. But he's locking it up. They have these wonderful, huge train shots out of the train station, and some of the criticism is that as the story progresses, they just cut in, not real trains, let's put it that way. I don't want to make you look for things, but smoke, that's always a great transition in movies.
What are you going to astound the scientific world with this time?
You read about it in the Society's annual report. Remarkable fossil.
Fossil? But you've got something live in there, I heard.
You're mistaken.
You won't need to feed it, Dave.
The occupant hasn't eaten
It's
for
moving.
1 million years.
That's one way to economize.
I suppose theoretically, the ice melting, pieces could drop off and make noises, and then you hear noises. I don't know how they directed this,
You have a safe of value.
but the dog is really upset. It's enjoyable to watch, kind of, because she's so beautiful, and the dog is just freaking out.
Oh, nothing that would interest Alinka, madame.
Normally she likes Englishmen. All we Poles do.
I am honored, madame.
Oh yes, England. Queen Victoria, crumpets,
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
I admire
I always
you.
remember that.
I
I don't
believe
know.
there is a bond between our countries.
My husband, the Count Petrovsky, says that in the 15th century, your King Henry betrayed us to the Russians.
Oh no. You're a bad, bad boy.
I hope that you and your husband, madame, will accept my profound
Yeah.
apologies.
Oh no.
She's really afraid.
The dog goes nuts.
I wonder what it is.
May I escort you back to your carriage, madame?
Nice move. Wow. Beautiful woman. Her name is something, Tosa or something. And it's in the credits. What the hell's a little pawn chess piece doing?
Yours?
Oh, thank you. Excuse me.
Trains, huh?
Yes?
I was on the platform before when that mad monk was carrying on.
Yes?
I'm an engineer, a scientist.
The Mad Monk. He's kind of, I guess, based on Rasputin,
This is
like
ordinary
me.
job.
I'm a mad
How do you
monk.
explain it's not writing on that crate?
Hypnosis, yoga. These mystics can be very convincing. They can even hypnotize themselves.
Yogis. Like Yogi Berra, you know, the great baseball player. Anyway,
The fresh
what's
food we
in
will
there?
keep- Who will pay for it, sir?
Oh, just give an account of how much you spent. If someone were to drill a little hole in this crate during the night and take a look at what's inside. I'd be
Peter
very rich.
Cushing, man. He was like this English gentleman character, but he was always the opposer. And he had this underside. And then there's another movie, Tales from the Crypt. The original, like from 73, or maybe, no, actually 70 or 71. With Joan Collins.
In what
He's
way?
in that, and he's really good.
Is this number
That's the one from
That's next door, Wells compartment.
Smoking what, a cigar or something?
There, don't cry.
This one's the she is like what do you call him?
Excuse
She
me.
just jumped on the train without a ticket.
Sorry, dear fellow, I'm afraid you're in the wrong pew. Here, number 8, you see?
8A, lower berth. 8B,
Up a booth.
Don't worry, look here.
He wants to stay in there with listen, she's with me, you know.
I'm
Too
sorry if
bad.
I'm in your way.
Excuse me. I have no ticket and I have to get out of Shanghai.
Look at this
I'm
girl.
sure I can make it worth your while.
And of course she has some other
what do you suggest we do about it?
motives.
Couldn't you double up with somebody else?
Miss Jones?
Steady.
I'm sure we can all get along very well together.
You're just gonna have to sleep in the bed with me. And this movie used to get criticized for the budget because of the train shots. I think they're alright. And I'm gonna fade now. This is where the movie is gonna get really more like Outpost 31. It's a slightly different variant on the creature and how it does this, but it's, you know, it really is the inspiration, I think, for John Carpenter's The Thing. And that whistle is the theme from the beginning, if you remember. So I'm going to fade it and let you watch what happens for a few seconds more, and I'll come back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw Horror Express, the first reel, and you're going to see that if you continue to watch the movie, it really does have a lot to show about an influence, I think, that it was on John Carpenter's The Thing. He's always, a big Howard Hawks fan, and was wanted to remake the original Thing, which had nothing to do with his version of The Thing. And he always said it was based on the original short story. I've never read the short story, so I don't know how close that is. But I know that watching this movie, and again, we only got the first reel, so watch the rest of it, and you'll see how the creature's soul almost jumps from one person to another, absorbs that person's, well, I'm not going to give it away, but the key is in the eyes. When you see the white eyes, that person's done, and the creature has something of that person in them. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. I'm trying not to go on too long on these exits, but I do want to say that Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing were great. The female actresses are, if they're Italian, wow, that's why. Also, I did want to show, I need to back up, my head's getting cut off. I do have the first DVD version of The Thing, and there's Mr. Carpenter's name. Kind of hard to see. He signed in silver. A lot of people do, because they say, oh, it shows up better, because they always have to sign on black. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed Horror Express. I hope you tolerated my commentary. And again, I'm doing wine. But I'll still do cheers. And good night to you all. My ear's sticking out.